find the midpoint of the point A. Find the midpoint of the point A, 2, 3, and point B, 5, 6. Find the midpoint of the point A, 2, 3, and point B, 5, 6. Let's try to solve this, please. Whenever you hear about midpoint here, the formula for midpoint here is said to be this. That is, midpoint of x and y is said to be x1 plus what? x2 over what? 2. Please take note. What again? y1 plus what? y2 over what? 2. What does it mean here? It means that this formula for midpoint is actually showing us the midpoint of what? X and what? Y. Okay? You can easily separate this guy here to write it separately here. So how do we write midpoint of x only? For midpoint of x only is said to be x1 plus what? x2 over what? 2. That is for only x. Now for midpoint of y only is said to be y1 plus what? y2 over what? 2. Please take note. Okay? Now if definitely the points are given to us here, we just replace the point. If the midpoint, listen please, if the midpoint is given to us and one of the points is given to us here, we replace the midpoint and replace the point given to us and find the next point that is not given to us. Please take note. But before then, let's know this point here. The point given to us here is said to be x1, y1. What again? Let's assign this s2, what again? y2. Okay? Remember this in your coordinates, in your GS3, when you are dealing with the coordinates. If I have this to be 2, 3, it means that this part here is s, right? This one is obviously as y. Okay, now let's solve this. That means the midpoint of x will be equal to class. What is my x1, please, class? 2 plus, what is my x2, please, class? 5 divide by what? 2. So point your calculator. This will give us 7 over what? 2. So be 7 over what? 2. Okay. Now let's solve this guy here. The midpoint of y will be equal to class. Let's replace this for y. That is y1 is obviously class 3 plus, what's my y2, please? 6 over what? 2. So let's go. This will give us 9 over what? 2. That means the midpoint of x and y is the same as, let's put this in terms of coordinates, is the same as 7 over 2, comma what? 9 over 2. So this is my answer here. Please take note. Okay? You can write the midpoint of P into x, comma y and Q into 8, 6, the midpoint of P into x, comma y and Q into 8, 6 is 6, 8. They said find x, y. The midpoint of P of x, y and Q 8, 6 is 6, 8. Find x, y. Now in this question here, they give us the options here. They said A 2, 10, B 2, 8, C 2, 12, D 2, 6. All right. We should not be moved with the options here. Just try to know what the topic is saying about, and you can solve any question at all. Of course. Now this question here is focusing on midpoint, and we know the formula for midpoint. We say that the formula for midpoint for x, y is said to be class x1 plus what? x2 over what? 2. Please take note. What again? y1 plus what? y2 over what? 2. This is for midpoint here. But listen to me, please. If the midpoints are given to us, we can easily write down this. But if it's not given to us, you can just solve what you are asked to calculate. Please take note. Now, this question here, the midpoints are given to us. Midpoint for s and what? For y. So you can just replace this guy. And the points are not given to us here. The point for s1 is, this is our s1. This is our y1. Please take note. Now, this is our s2. This is our what? y2. Okay. Now, solving this is MP, that is midpoint of s, is said to be s1 plus what? s2 over what? 2. Okay. Now, for midpoint of y is said to be y1 plus what? y2 over what? 2. Please take note. So let's now replace this. Now the midpoint of s is given to us, it means equal to, please take note, is given to us as what is class 6. So this will be 6 in is what? Is what is our s1, please class? S plus what's our s2, please? 8 over what? 2. So our intention here is to make what? S the what? Subject. Now that means, listen, in mathematics, if I have division at the right, division at the left, all you do, you cross multiply. This is the same as what? Over 1 here. Now let's do this. To evaluate this, I will cross multiply here. This is going to be, this time this will give us s plus 8 all times 1, okay, is equal to 2 times what? 6. Now 1 times anything will give us back that stuff. S plus 8 times 1 will give us s plus 8. So this is going to give us s plus 8 is what? 12. All right. So class, let's make s the subject. That means our s will be equal to 12 minus what? 8. What is my answer here, please? I'll have this to be what? 4. Now let's do the same thing here. In terms of y, let's solve for y. But before then, let's know the formula for the midpoint for y. The formula for midpoint for y is said to be y is equal to y1 plus what? y2 over what? 2. Please take note. So now the midpoint of y is already given to us as what? 8. So this will be 8 is equal to, what is my y1, please? Is y. Please take note. That is y plus, what's my y2 there, please class? 6 over what? 2. So my intention here, my purpose here, is to make y the subject. So I'm going to cross multiply here because this is the same as 1 over 1. So this is going to be y plus 6 is what, please class? 16. So our y will be equal to 16 minus what? 6. What's my answer here? 10. So it means that the coordinates here, the s and y here, for s we have 4, comma, what again? For y we have what? 10. So the answer here will be 4, comma what? 10. All right? Abi? Okay. Now that means this will be 4, comma 10 in case. That's why I told you guys it's not be depending on the obj, right? So this should be 4, comma 10. Okay. Okay, class. Let's take the next question here. Find the equation of the lines. Find the equation of the lines with a given gradient. Find the equation of the lines with a given equation. So with the given, find the equation of the lines with the given gradient that passes the point, that passes through the point n equal to -3 through -2, 1. Okay. Find the equation of the lines with the given gradient that passes through the point M equal to minus 3. We are going to know what M represents here. 2 minus 2 comma 1. Please take note. Okay. Now class, I'm going to tell us how we can easily solve slope, and also how we can make use of it in solving what equation of a straight line. Please take note. Now when we are saying about slope here, this word slope here is the same thing as gradient. Please take note. Is the same thing as what class? Tangent. Please take note. These three words here are said to be the same. Now if you are asked to find the equation of slope, it means that you also have to find the equation of gradient, or you also have to find the equation of what? Tangent. Please take note. But before then, let's know what slope is said to be. Now class, if you are given 2 points and you are asked to find slope, M represents slope, we use the formula here as y2 minus what? y1 over what? s2 minus what? s1. So this is the formula we use in calculating slope when we have what? This class 2 points. Please take note. But if definitely I'm giving maybe an expression or a function, and you are asked to find the slope, maybe you have something like this: y is equal to 2x raised to the power of 3 plus 4x plus 5. And you are asked to find the slope here. There is a method we are going to use to solve this. Please take note. Now, which I will also solve here, but just calm down. Let's try to know this one first, okay? Now, but if I'm giving 2 points, I'm giving something like this: A, 2, 1. I'm giving B, point B, 3, 4. And you are asked to find slope or gradient or tangent. You can easily use this guy here. But if I'm giving a function like this and you're asked to find slope, which you are going to solve also, we are going to know what to do at this point, okay? But in this question here, the slope is already given to us here, and we are asked to find the equation of the straight line, okay? Now, how do we find the equation of a straight line when the slope is already given to us here? This is the formula to use, that is slope is equal to y minus y1 over what is class s minus what? S1. Please, you can write before we solve this question, okay? They said, find the equation of the lines with the given gradient. Okay, sometimes they might use slope, sometimes they might use tangent. It's in the same. Please take note. That passes through the point m equal to minus 3 through minus 2, 1. Of course, this m here means slope. Please take note, or gradient or tangent. It's in the same stuff here. While these are the points here given to us, the first point are classified as maybe S1, what again? Y1. Please take note of that, okay? Now these are given, this is said to be S1, what again? Y1, okay? Now of course here, since the slope is given to us already, we don't need to do anything here except what? To put down the slope, that's replace the slope. Now S1 is given to us here, we replace what? S1, replace S1 here. Y1 is given to us in place of class Y1. Please take note, okay? When you do this, I'm going to have this to be from this formula here, minus 3, what again, is equal to y minus y, y minus, what is my Y1, please class? 1 over, what's my S? S is not given to us here, S minus, what's my S1, please class? Minus 2, okay? Solving this will be minus 3 is equal to y minus 1 over minus times minus, what's the answer? Plus, this will be s plus what? 2. Okay, now our intention here is to write this here in terms of what? Equation of a straight line. How does equation of a straight line look like? Equation of a straight line looks like y is equal to ms plus class c. This is how equation of a straight line looks like. Please take note. That is y equal to ms plus what? C. So now let's make this guy here to look like equation of a straight line. That means I will cross multiply. This is going to be y minus 1 is equal to minus 3 into what? S plus what? 2. Okay. Now this minus here is only affecting the numerator. It's not affecting the denominator. Because if I have something like this, 1 over minus 2, minus is always at where? Numerator. This is the same thing as minus 1 over what? 2. Please take note. Alright. So it means that this minus here is only affecting the numerator, not what? Denominator. So let's open the bracket here. This is the same as y minus 1 is equal to minus 3s minus what? 6. Let's make this guy here to look like equation of a straight line. That is y equal to ms plus what? C. Okay. To make this guy here, look up here. To make this guy here to look like this, that means I have to make y the subject of formula here, right? Making y the subject, this is going to be y is equal to class minus 3s, what again? Minus 6 plus what? 1. Okay, I'm taking minus 1 from left to right to change from minus to slash plus. So let's go here. 6 plus 1 is the answer, minus 5. That means y is equal to minus 3s minus slash 5. Sometimes you'll be given the equation of a straight line and you'll be asked to maybe classify or to identify the slope. Like this is the equation of the straight line here. That is y equal to minus 3s minus 5. How do we identify the slope? How do we identify the intercept? Maybe if the equation is given to us only like this without this particular equation here. So if it is given to us in terms of straight line like this, equation of a straight line like this, now the slope is always the coefficient of s. Please take note. So anything as the coefficient of s here is what class? The slope. Now this is s here. What is the coefficient of s this class? Minus 3. So that means my minus 3 here is telling us what? The slope here. What about this part here? Is going to be slash the intercept. But if there is no minus here, we take only the number. But if there's minus, we take both the sign and what? The number. Please take note. That means this intercept is what slash minus 5. Please take note. Okay.